So we're here today with Catherine and Sydney here at the Justice Center in Monterey, and I'll allow them to introduce themselves. Catherine, would you like to go first?
Sure. Catherine Crockett. I'm board president of the Monterey Peace and Justice Center, and I've been associated with the Peace Center for about 11 years now. And part of our working board, we're very much hands-on. We cover so many issues, advocate for so many important issues that face society, that we're all doing something and contributing.
Mm-hmm. Sydney?
I'm Sydney Ramsden Scott, and I am a member of the board of Monterey Peace and Justice Center, and I'm the co-chair of the Peace Coalition of Monterey County, which has been in existence since 1991. And we are a coalition of presently 12 active groups that do all kinds of different peace activities.
Awesome. Talking about the topic of peace, we're here specifically to spread awareness to Veterans for Peace movement. Could any one of you share the backstory behind this movement?
Well, I'll say that Veterans for Peace, Chapter 46, is part of a national organization. There are chapters in many cities and across the U.S. Mm-hmm. It's been a 40-year-old organization that it's an organization of veterans and allies working for peace at home and peace abroad, and for educating people about the true cost of war. Mm-hmm. So our chapter here, Chapter 46, is a partner. Right now they're focusing on a campaign called Project North Star, which is to raise awareness about what's happening off the coast of Venezuela and the extrajudicial killings, and the illegal move by our own military to literally murder, without positive identity of who they're blowing up in the waters off Venezuela. And so we're approaching our local naval postgraduate and just the community at large to get the word out that you have the right to resist. Enlisted people have the right to resist. They took an oath to abide by the Constitution, and it's a lifelong oath. And we see it as an empowering message, a peaceful, nonviolent message and action. So this campaign it's once a month, Thursday?
Yes.
Okay.
So our next one is tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
At the Sloat Street Gate at the NPS.
Okay.
And yeah, it's very effective to have people on all four corners, right where the staff and the officers and everybody is leaving. Sort of leaving time is from 3 o'clock on, actually.
Okay.
Sometimes we stay till 4:30.
Okay.
Or 5. And then pretty much everybody has come through the gate.
Yeah.
And seen our signs, which remind people that they have the right to refuse orders that are unlawful or unconstitutional or are plain immoral to the extent that it would be recognized by the International Court of Justice.
So what do you think, because justice seems to be a strong word for this movement that tells its story, what do you think justice means specifically for veterans in this fight? And from you guys.
From what my understanding is, veterans want men and women who are thinking about serving in the military to know that our military often uses U.S. forces instead of diplomacy, instead of negotiating, they will use it as the go-to action instead of taking time. Negotiation can be a long process, a very long, slow process, but it works. So the cost of war is something that we think everyone who signs up for the military should know.
So it's like an interplay between different identities working to amplify this cost of war that you speak of. Interesting.
That's our strength, the Monterey Peace and Justice Center and the Peace Coalition in particular, bringing these organizations together because it amplifies our voices, and we're much more effective in serving our mission.
Yeah, I was just going to bring up what methods do you guys use, but like you mentioned, you bring in a coalition of different organizations to spread that awareness.
So we urge people to contact our members of Congress, our leaders in high office, and call them. We circulate petitions, letters that they can sign on to. They come to rallies. We
do protests.
We do protests outside their offices. We do our best to get the word to our electeds that we do not like what's going on.
And we do it peacefully.
Right.
We do it peacefully, but we also say what's going on.
Right.
And we are trying to get it more and more into the public's awareness that our government doesn't tell us the truth many, many times. And it exaggerates, and it does not give justice, the justice that is owed to military, the military by not telling them what they're going to be doing, by not leveling with them and telling them, now you know this is the kind of thing that you're going to be doing.
Is there? You talked about peaceful protesting as a strategy. Has that strategy ever backfired for you guys on this ongoing movement?
Well, we lead with love.
Right.
we are peaceful people, and we do it peacefully.
Yeah.
But we just say, we try not to use bad language ever. That doesn't mean that there aren't some people at the rallies, at the big rallies, who might use some bad language.
Yeah.
But we try not to. We just try to tell the truth as much as we can discern it ourselves. And we do a lot of research. We check in with, organizations that are so reputable. Union of Concerned Scientists is one of my chief sources, and the anti-nuclear movement is filled with some of the most top physicists who say this, not only is this not necessary, because we already have a nuclear arsenal that could take out the entire world, but it's absolutely damaging and dangerous.
Did you want to add on to?
I just want to say we typically meet at Windows on the Bay in Monterey. It's a stretch of grassy, open area.
Yeah.
It's kind of a people's park. And the police rarely show up because they know us. They know that we are a peaceful group of people. Even when we have rallies that, exceed, 1,000.
9,000.
Really?
9,000.
This last time, 9,000.
Wow.
They are peaceful, and the police, they may be there, they may drive by.
They sometimes,
Really?
They sometimes park right across the street from us, just, there by Lake Elistero, and they just sit there and watch us.
Sipping some coffee.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Because they know, and we get permits for the rallies, so we're not doing anything that they don't know about it ahead of time.
Oh, that's interesting. You need permits?
Well, for the large rallies.
Larger rallies.
Yeah.
Wow. Was there a time in your guys' livelihoods where you guys, I guess, what was like the first encounter with organizing in a social movement or being a part of it? What was that first moment like?
I came back from living in England for 4 years. And it was still the end of the Vietnam War, the war in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a very young daughter, and I met some women who said, "Oh, we're going to go to the protests. We're going to protest this." And I, of course, knew about the war in Vietnam, but being in England, I had not been paying nearly as much attention. But that was when I became involved. I went to the rally, and I started reading everything I could about the war and the reasons that the administration at that point were giving for why we needed to do this. And I became a confirmed pacifist. I think I always was a pacifist from the time I was a little kid. I mean, it's just, yeah. But anyway, that was when I first really got involved. And that was over 50 years ago, 55 years ago.
What do you think has changed since then for social movements?
There are more social movements. There are more movements for peace and social justice and environmental sustainability. And there are many, many more people involved. We don't see that because most media focuses on the negative.
What was that first experience for you?
I think as a teenager, my family was impacted by the Vietnam War. I had 3 brothers who served in Vietnam consecutively.
Wow.
And it was really a hard time for the family, especially back then on the nightly news. We would have body counts. You would see films of bodies being, in the coffins and the names even being scrolled across the screen. Walter Cronkite and would talk about the Vietnam War and the casualties. And as a teenager, my parents were politically engaged and encouraged me at the age of 18 when I got the right to vote for first presidential election. Made sure I voted for the anti-war candidate, which I did, and that instilled in me, a sense of paying attention to our leaders. And so then that was in Texas. I moved here and in 1999 and was still working full-time in my career. But I would drive into Monterey on the weekends, and on Sunday afternoon I would see this group of people standing there in a grassy park area with no nuke signs and peace signs, and I'm thinking, this beautiful Sunday afternoon, and these people are so dedicated. They're standing out here, and I would see them time and time again. And when I finally retired from my job, I joined up with a local sustainability group here, and their headquarters was here in the Peace Center. And I met those people, and I immediately knew this is home. This is where I want to spend my volunteer time now that I'm retired.
Yeah.
And that was 2012.
Wow. Do you guys think there's an issue with identity, or as a person we protect our identities because it presents like a sense of value and purpose for ourselves, how we interact with the world around us? And then there's from the perspective of a veteran who protects the identity of a nation and what that entails. Again, sometimes they're forced to go undertake actions like bombings in other places. So where do you think that separation could lie, I guess, with identity?
Well, I think it may be different for, everybody. Some people want to be out front, and some of these veterans have been through combat duty and, multiple tours of in the military, and they come back and they see, okay, we can't, even though I'm, discharged, I can't sit still. I've got to do something about this. They took an oath, and so being watchdogs, for against ICE sweeps and things like that, it sort of comes natural to them. It's kind of built in after they're discharged from the military, I think.
Yeah.
And then others, I remember being so timid, I was just afraid of putting my name on anything or being out front. But then I started hearing stories of these lifelong peace activists, and particularly some of the from the Black community who grew up in the Jim Crow South, and what they endured, and how strong and how brave they were. I thought, oh my gosh,
if they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, just get out there and do what you can. And at my age, I've lived a good life. I mean, a long life. I can speak for somebody who maybe isn't there yet.
Yeah.
Right. Me too.
Well, thank you guys so much for your time. Is there any lasting words you guys would like to let the audience know about the Monterey Peace and Justice Center?
Well, we are a resource. I think sometimes it becomes overwhelming to someone, especially a young person, to know that it just seems so overwhelming, all the things that are happening, all the violence and negative things. I see our democracy crumbling, but to know that people are here, have been doing this, and we're established here, organizing people and connecting people to be change makers, and that helps. I think that's what we strive to be, a presence.
Yeah, and the general public loves the fact that we exist. In fact, yesterday I signed us up for the first night parade, the parade on December 31st, and Ellen Martin, the director of that event, that huge event, said, "Oh, we're so glad you guys are a part of. It's just we prize that you're a part of it." And when we march in that parade, which we do almost every single year, the crowd, especially the little kids, they're sitting and they're just everybody is applauding so much.
Yeah.
And Ellen told me one time, she said, you guys get the most applause of anybody in the parade. And we're not demonstrating any talent either. I mean, they're wonderful taiko drummers.
Like a marching
there are all
band.
kinds of marching band.
Yeah.
So we're not bringing any talent. We're just marching with our little peace doves and our peace signs, and the crowd goes wild.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's a good message and ending to this podcast. Thank you for having me, and it's been a pleasure.
Thank you for meeting us.
Beautiful.